What is up? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Diana if you're new here, and if you're not new, welcome back. So today's video is going to be a fun one. I'm going to be talking about Medium again. If you watched my last video on Monday, it was all about Medium, how you can make money online as a writer, and I figured we'd go a little bit more in depth in this video. So if you have not watched that one yet, please do, because I kind of explained like the basics of Medium in that video. Along with that, I asked if anybody had any questions, and I got a few DMs from Instagram. So without further ado, let's get into it. First and foremost, I do want to say that this platform is constantly changing. There are always new things to learn. There are always new things happening. So just as a little side note. And to kick things off, we're going to start off with a super basic question. How do I do it? First, you're going to create a profile. So you go and create your profile, and you have the option to either utilize Medium for free, but you can only read 3 articles per month, or you can pay $5 per month and read as many articles as you want, which I would recommend doing, because if you are somebody who is serious about writing and you want to make money on this platform, then you're going to have to read more than 3 articles per month in order for it to work for you. You're going to set up a bio, you're going to set up a nice photo of yourself, and in order to get paid, you're going to set up a Stripe account. Then the next step is you're going to start reading. In order to truly learn how something works, you have to see what other people are doing. You have to try to understand the platform and just read all of the articles, look at the formatting, look at what certain publications on this platform are asking for. In my personal experience, when I first joined the platform, I did not read anything. I immediately started writing. It was not very good, and it did not work for me at all. One of the things that I actually really struggled with in the beginning was formatting. I wrote essentially diary entries in all of my pieces. You know, when you first start on something, you don't know the potential that it has to offer you, and you kind of just, I feel like you get into this thought process, oh, I can make money from this if I write, but that's not how it works. Yes, there's potential to earn money, but you have to work for it. So we've created an account, we've created our bio, we have our photo, we've created a Stripe account, you started reading, and for like a couple of weeks you're like, okay, I'm starting to get the hang of formatting, I'm starting to understand what publications are. Before you actually start writing, you're going to have to learn about something called curation. So basically there is a team of curators that work for Medium, and they essentially read, I think almost, if not all, articles that go through Medium, and if they read yours and they like it, they see that it's formatted properly, they see that there's value in it, they see that it's good, then they will distribute it into a certain topic. For instance, if you're writing a article about relationships and your experience, and maybe you're talking about how to resolve conflicts with your partner, that might be distributed into relationships and love and couples and things like that. So when that gets distributed into those topics, you get a ton of more views on your article, and that is how curation works. One thing to always keep in mind is curators are looking for quality pieces that provide some sort of value. So whenever you're writing an article, always think quality, value. Now that we got all of that serious stuff out of the way, let's jump into some commonly asked questions. First question is, do I need credentials? So like I mentioned in my previous video, no, you do not need any credentials. You do not need to have any college degree. You do not need to be a professor or professional at writing. You don't need anything. You just need to understand how the platform works. You need to be willing to learn, because that is probably the most important aspect of this, and you need to have patience, because if you want this platform to work for you, you have to put in a lot of work, a lot of effort, and you need to be very patient. Second question is, how does publishing work? So what happens is you go into Medium, start writing a story, you pick a nice photo, which by the way you can use Unsplash, or I personally use Pexels for free images. You start writing your article, it looks great, you identify whether you want to self-publish it or publish it with a publication, and then you submit it, and you add tags to it based on the relevance of the topic, and then that's how it's published. With that being said, I wanted to answer the next question, which is self-publishing versus self-publishing with a publication. When you self-publish, your article is directly going into Medium onto your profile, and it is not linked to any publication on this platform. Publications are basically little magazines that are on this platform, and other people have created it, or Medium perhaps created it. Based on what topic you have chosen for your article, that is how you can identify which publication to submit your article to. For instance, if you write about love or relationships or dating or marriage or something like that, you might want to submit your work to PS I Love You or Hello Love. If you write about self-improvement, you might want to submit your pieces to Entrepreneur's Handbook or The Ascent. If you are into marketing, you might want to send your pieces to Better Marketing. So there are different kind of magazines for whatever niche you're in, for whatever topic that you are choosing for your pieces. From my experience, I started self-publishing all of my articles because I knew nothing about publications. I didn't understand the benefit of them, and I just didn't care to learn. So I self-published all of my work, and it got no views. I had no results. I gained no followers, and it was just really hard to grow on the platform. But once I started learning about Medium, I realized the massive benefit of publishing with publications. Now I strictly publish all of my work through publications. This is a really good question. What is the most popular niche to write about? Anything. This is the great thing about Medium. Essentially, there is no right niche. Like, if you're interested in talking about self-improvement, you can write about self-improvement, which, by the way, is probably one of the most hottest topics on Medium. If you are interested in relationship advice or just talking about love and things like that, there are publications for that. There are niches for that. If you're interested in even fiction writing, I am so into fiction writing, and I do write a lot of fiction pieces, and there's a niche for that too. This is one of the greatest things about Medium, is that there's really no limit. Like, it's not really like YouTube where you kind of want to niche down in order to grow your audience. With Medium, it's you can choose whatever you want your niche to be, and you can write about that. So I hope that answers your questions. But if you aren't curious about like kind of like the hot topics on Medium, then in my opinion, I would definitely say it's self-improvement content, relationships, love, mental health, awareness, mindfulness, psychology, stuff like that. How long should articles be? I think that the sweet spot, from what I've heard, is about 5 to 7 minutes. It varies, obviously. There are writers out there who write longer pieces, and that's great too. Personally, I like to write 5 to 7 minute articles, and anytime that I select an article to read, that's typically the time frame that I select my articles to be. How many articles do I write? So this was a good question that I should have done my research for, because I think that at the very beginning I was only publishing a couple of articles per month, and that didn't benefit me in any way because I was not strategic and I did not learn the platform before doing the publishing, which is why I highly recommend doing your research, taking a couple of courses. There are so many great people that offer courses on Medium that you could utilize. Then the next couple of months were basically the same. I didn't start taking Medium seriously until 2020, and in the first initial couple of months I was publishing, I was trying to write every single day, and I was trying to send my pieces out to as many publications as I possibly could, because I wanted to get better at writing, 2, I wanted to get into the habit of writing daily, and 3, I just wanted to play around with it and see what worked best for me. So each month has been different. I think my highest month was around 30 articles, which honestly is not that much. There are people out there who publish like 40-50 articles per month, which is insane and so cool. But that's that. I have a goal to write 30 articles this month. I think I'm at like 15 or 16 right now. Okay, this question is amazing. How much should you expect to earn on Medium? Honestly, nothing at first, unless you just freaking are amazing and you know everything that there is to know, and you send in all of your work and it's phenomenal, and you send it to major publications. You probably won't see very much return at first. There are certain writers out there who have seen major return for the work that they have put in. I remember that I got this email once, and it said that one writer was paid, it was like an obscene number, like $49 or $40 something thousand, in 1 month for their writing. I don't remember the exact number, but I'm gonna put it in somewhere on the side here. So there is major potential on this platform to earn money. If you are doubting the platform because you have not yet seen a return, do not doubt it, because there are so many writers out there who have been able to make Medium their full-time income. There are people out there who are paying their bills with Medium. Medium is insane. It's definitely the best platform out there for writers, and the amount that you can earn for putting in the work is very well worth it. If I could start my Medium journey all over again, the few pieces of advice that I would want to be told is, 1, don't expect anything. Just don't expect anything, especially at the beginning. But 2, don't give up. Because if you apply yourself and if you invest the necessary time into learning how to be a better writer, into learning how to navigate through the platform, into connecting with other writers, it's going to work for you. I used to always be that person who, if I didn't see results immediately, I would always give up on something. And Medium is something that really took me out of my comfort zone, because I kept telling myself it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Just put in the work, take the courses, invest in yourself, and it happened. And that's what I'm here to tell you. Just do not give up on the platform. Take your time learning it, take your time identifying what works for you and identifying what doesn't work for you. You come into the platform with certain expectations, the majority of them are not going to be met, which is why you have to enter the platform with a very open mind, commit to learning it, commit to applying yourself daily, and it's going to work. To end things off, I wanted to answer a question on what to write about. And you know, at first when I read this question, I was like, that's such a silly question. But honestly, I had that question all the time when I first started writing on Medium. The answer is very simple. Write whatever you want to write about. Write about what interests you, write about things that you're curious about, write about the things that you're currently reading. For instance, I am super into productivity. I am learning how to amplify my productivity. I'm trying to identify strategies and methods that I could utilize on a daily basis in order to increase my productivity and in order to just better my overall life. And those are topics that I like to write about, because what works for me might work for you. And if there are certain things that you're struggling with that I have gone through and have overcome, I can write about my experience and provide value to you, the reader. So that's kind of how I come up with ideas. When I first started, I would always read other people's articles and try to get ideas from that. And then eventually, as I started writing more, I started identifying kind of like what I'm interested in. For instance, I love writing about self-improvement. Another topic that I've recently really gotten into is relationships. So I started reading books on relationships, and I started trying to identify ways that I could improve my own relationship with my partner. And through that, I came up with more ideas of what I can write about, because here I am, you know, trying to identify how to communicate better with my partner. Well, I can write an article about that because I've identified 2 or 3 ways already. Honestly, there's no one way to go about this. You can literally write about anything that you want, anything that you love, anything that you feel passionate about. If you learn how to utilize that topic so that it could provide value to other people, then you found what to write about. So I hope that helps. I hope that I have answered some of your questions, and I hope that anybody out there who is interested in writing on Medium, or who is interested in creating a side income off of Medium, off of writing, and I hope that I have provided you with some value today. And if I did, please give me a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe for more content, and if you have any other questions, drop them down in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.